Just wanted to hop on the mic and go over a setup from today that I saw. It was actually a pretty cool one. Um, and this is what I mean by multiple confirmations to enter your trades. All right, so let's just get right into it. As you can see, we got to look at the bigger picture here first. ES has been trending up in an upward direction. We just broke above, this key level, which I'll get to in a second. You can even see it on a higher time frame here on the daily chart. This 45.85 area that I've been eyeing for quite some time now. I've mentioned it in my previous video as well. And so you can tell that we've been trending up for quite a bit. We did take a breather here, like I expected, and then we have been continuing our way up. The volume here has not been the best, but not the worst either, but would like to see it pick up a little bit. It did a little today, but would like to continue to see it pick up. All right, so into the pre-market plan that I had going into today, which actually worked out beautifully. I was, again, looking at this 45.85 area, just the general area. You can see, we had resistance up in this area, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Plus, the other times it hit. And that was kind of the area that I was looking into. Overnight, this is where we ended today, yesterday. And I was looking for either, initially I was looking, to the short side. I wanted, multiple confirmations that we were, going to have some selling pressure. But it made it pretty easy overnight as we blew right through that overnight, actually took out these two used supply zones that I liked. As well as, and then we'll get to this zone in just a minute. But you can see that we kind of came up, broke both of these zones. So I will just get rid of that for now. Actually, before I do that, I want to compare that with NQ. You can see that NQ has kind of been the same thing. We've been trending up, almost identical, and we are currently, we broke this zone overnight, this 2-hour key questionable area, and also this questionable 90 key zone. It's used as well. We broke through this 1-hour zone as well, so we can get rid of that. And going back to ES real quick, we broke this level, broke this supply zone, and then something interesting happened where we came back down during the trading session. So let's take a look. We came back down to this 45.85 level, and this is really cool. This is exactly where the entry to get long was. You can see, I'll just highlight it real quick, a nice little bottoming pattern here. Let me just see if I see anything on the 1 minute. I always like to check just for giggles in case I see anything. Oops, and of course Thinkorswim is extremely buggy, so excuse me. I don't really know where we are here. Back to the, I feel like we should be like right here. Let me just zoom out real quick. I'm so sorry. Just bear with me 1 second as there we go. Okay. So, not the cleanest setup. It is looking like, a triple bottom almost with a retest, but I'll get to that in a second. So really nothing that I see here that was clean. Did make a higher low, which is nice. But that can also be seen on a 5 minute. Which is here. We made a higher low here at 10:20, and that is where your entry could have been, as well as at 10:40. So the key level is we held here, but not only that, if you look at this flexible grid here, and we go to ES as well, you can see that we also had this key level area of 1550, this 15,050 area, and at the exact same time we hit this key level as well. So double confirmation here. This is, you could have entered at 10:45 if you missed that actually. So that's a unique note. You can see that we took off ES. Oops, wait a second. Let me just correct myself. Wow, Thinkorswim is extremely buggy. I am so sorry. On behalf of the, of the program, switch it to this one. Okay. Let's see, at 10:20 we were here. You can see that we began to take off at 10:25. So if you missed that entry, NQ provided another good re-entry at 10:40, or another re-entry entry. We even retested this area of support once again at 1040. So if you missed it, you could have easily gotten in here. I know we wicked it, but if you could have gotten long here, set your stop below this key level, or even here if you got long at 1020. The good area is below this 1010 candle, and depending on your target or risk reward, you could have done 4600, the VWAP, could have done the next supply zone. So a couple areas of possible retesting. Again here at 1230, we had a volume spike here right at this level. Again, good area to get long again, placing a stop below 45.85 or the previously mentioned areas. And you can kind of see that this was also going to be a good trade for ES because NQ is a little bit stronger. So as long as NQ held, it would have been excuse me, looking nice. And I'm just noticing another trade here that you could have taken targeting this 4-hour use supply right here as soon as we broke. If we go to this 130 area, again, as long as you can just use these together, right? We broke out of this downtrend, kind of like a little bit of a triangle setup almost. I'll just kind of quickly draw that for you guys so you can see it a little better here. So at 130 here, we're kind of bouncing off this bottom trend line on ES. And if you missed this NQ entry, you could have taken the ES entry at 145 as soon as we got another volume spike out of this wedge here, confirming, and it was going to be a nice trade. Yeah, so quite a few setups today on ES and NQ. Hope that helped. Real quick, we did miss this key 90-minute small supply zone, and then we sold off for the rest of the day, and continuing to just remain stagnant. So a couple of interesting setups that I hope you guys can learn from. It's just all about finding and identifying proper key areas to look to enter a trade, and then using ES and NQ to complement each other on the setups. And it's simple as that. No need to overcomplicate things. As you can see, all I have are just lines, trend lines, zones, and VWAP here to help me, and volume, of course. All right, well, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and thanks for watching.